Here is everything you need to know about the super popular Nike P-6000s, and are they really worth the hype? Now, I present you one of the shoes of 2024, if not the shoe of 2024, the Nike P-6000s. Yes, everyone knows about this shoe if you're into sneakers, or even if you're just a little bit into streetwear and fashion. They have taken over the sneaker space. I right here have a recently released colorway. I think it's the coconut milk color, and this will be the pair I'm using to review this shoe. Now, in this video, I'm going to tell you positives, the negatives, the completely unbiased review on the Nike P-6000s, and I'm basically going to conclude if you should buy them in 2024. So let's get it, boy. Now let's start with a bit of background about the shoe, a bit of the boring stuff. Now the P-6000 is actually a combination of two Nike silhouettes, the Nike Pegasus 25 and the Nike Pegasus 2006. The shoe has obviously taken heavy inspiration from the Y2K running era, and probably a little bit of a kind of dad shoe hype as well in terms of a design. In fact, this year, if you do spend some time looking at shoes, you will know the most trending footwear brands this year have been ones that sell dad shoes. For example, I saw a graphic the other day from StockX. A6 is the most searched shoe on there in 2024. It's crazy. Like, it's increased by like 600%. It's absolutely insane. The ASIC Gel KNOs and the ASIC Gel to 1130s and stuff like that are very, very popular. They offer a very similar experience to the P6000s. But anyway, this is kind of where the trend for the P6000s initially stemmed from, if you like. That whole 2000s running era and a bit of the dad shoe wave. Now, the shoe has a combination of materials from synthetic leather to the foamy midsole, the mesh. There's quite a lot going on. Even just visually and cosmetically, you've got the paneling, which give off this rib cage and skeleton type effect, which is quite nice. The mini swoosh on the toe box, the kind of 3D embroidered swoosh on the sides and on the inside as well. The P6000 branding on the upper. And this colorway has an outline on the shoelace, which I think is really quite unique. I like that, it's nice. And the outsole is pretty grippy as well. As soon as you have this shoe in hand, you will also feel how insanely lightweight it is. In fact, it's lighter than the Yeezy 350. I tested it against them. I tested them against my On Clouds, which if you guys are into kicks, you'll know they're well known for being very light, very easy to wear, comfortable. Well, these, honestly, the P6000s are genuinely probably on par, if not lighter than the On Clouds. I mean, it is crazy. This shoe was originally designed to be a running shoe, and I like that Nike have kind of kept that going. It obviously isn't a perfect running shoe. It is a stylish, kind of fashiony shoe. It's a lifestyle, everyday pair of kicks. However, they've stuck really true to the running and kind of athletic lifestyle. So this shoe is literally perfect for someone who is on the move quite regularly, but really does care about what they're putting on their feet. Now let's talk about the thing everyone wants to know, the price. Well, the price is a huge USP of this shoe. It's a massive selling point for the P6000s because it comes in at a day and age where shoes and Nike shoes and Jordans are all 150 to 210 or whatever it is. Really, really expensive. These come in at 99.99 British pounds and $120 if you're in the US. And if you are in the EU, I don't know what the euro's saying these days. The point is, they're incredibly affordable for what you get. Now, they obviously do look very similar, and their direct competitor is the Nike Vomero 5s, but the Vomeros are a little bit more expensive, and for what you get here, they're basically the same. There's slightly different technology used on the midsole for the Vomeros and a few other kind of really detailed technological parts. But overall, the price you get is honestly insane. The only thing I haven't really tested with this shoe is the durability. I've only had them recently. I've had a couple of pairs, but I haven't really worn them into the ground, so it will be interesting to see how long they actually last. But in terms of everything else, I would really honestly pick these over probably any Nike shoe right now. It's honestly ridiculous what you get for the price. I can't believe in the market we're in now, these are below 100 quid in the UK. Like, that's mental to me. Now let's get on to the actual bullet point positives. Now we need to talk about the comfort of the P6000s, because that is another big selling point of this shoe, but also a huge thing for a lot of people watching this video. A lot of people care about comfort, and it's important, especially if it's an everyday lifestyle shoe. They need to be very, very comfy, and my God, these things are comfortable. There's nothing too crazy going along. There's no insane foam everywhere. There's no massive squishy midsole. It doesn't look like it's meant to be insanely comfortable, but it is. Now, I'm not the most technological guy when it comes to shoes. However, as mentioned, the foamy midsole obviously gives some really nice cushioning. The sock liner inside is very comfortable, but it's not over padded, so it doesn't make your feet sweat, which is great. Again, that adds to the fact that you can have these on your feet for so long every single day. So it literally is the perfect lifestyle shoe. I sound like I'm just getting paid to do this. I'm not. I don't get a penny from talking about this product. This is just a genuine, honest review. The tongue itself is relatively padded. I would say it's kind of a medium to large large tongue, so keep that in mind if you're a fan of the really thin tongues. I know some people have a big thing about sneaker tongues, so I would probably recommend staying away from this if you really want that kind of lightweight, super thin tongue. But they're nothing crazy. It's not like an Adidas Campus or an SB, but it is a little bit of a bulky tongue. Now, in terms of how you style the shoes, it kind of depends on the colorways. There is a whole range of colors. Some of them are more sold out than others. This, as I've said, is the milk coconut colorway, I believe. The OG colorway is the metallic with the red swoosh. That is also very popular. A little bit less neutral because of the harsh hit of the red. So probably a bit harder to style and a little bit harder to put with certain outfits. However, Nike have done a really good job. There's a lot of silvery, metallic and white kind of colorways of the P-6000. So take your pick. They tend to be very easy to style because it's quite a neutral looking shoe. And some of the colorways have more detail than others. For example, as I've said, this is the outline black on the laces and the 3M reflective hit on the back hit as well, which I haven't seen on any P-6000. I don't think that's a regular thing. I think that might just be on this pair, but I could be wrong. I'm sorry, P-6000 nerds. Don't hate me. Now, I spoke about all the positives in quite a lot of detail. What are the negatives? What's bad about this shoe, if anything? The only bad thing I could say about this shoe probably has nothing to do with the shoe itself. I've mentioned about the tongue, but that's kind of opinion, and that's me being incredibly picky. I actually like the tongue. I'm just saying some people might not enjoy it as much. However, it is a shoe that is kind of at the peak of its popularity. Now, it's not there yet, but it is becoming a Fiat 500 of shoes. Now, Fiat 500s in the UK, this meme kind of refers to the fact that every white girl on the planet has it. As soon as they get hold of something, they ruin it. But it's not quite there yet, I don't think, but it could get there very, very soon. And that is if you're quite trend-based and you want to be ahead of the curve and you're quite obsessed with wearing the latest, coolest things. I think it's going to get to the point where the P-6000 is so popular, a bit like what's happened to the Panda Dunk. It's going to get to the point where they're not as cool anymore. But honestly, this shoe has so much more going for it than something like a Panda Dunk. So I feel like there's always going to be a kind of mutual respect there, even if it does become super insanely popular like it's on track to be. I'm sure by the end of the year, there'll be a new sneaker trend coming out because these did kind of just really burst through the door in December, November 2023. So they've had about 9-10 months now, maybe a little bit less, where they've really been at the top of the sneaker game. But look, the shoes are absolutely fantastic. And to be brutally honest, the only negative about this shoe is the fact that it's almost too popular, says everything you need to know about it. The shoe is fantastic. Nike have absolutely killed it. And to be brutally honest, the Vomero 5s and the P-6000s are the only thing that's kind of kept Nike doing well this year. Adidas have done pretty well, and some of Nike's favorite models like the Jordan ranges have not done very well at all. So a lot of sneakerheads have moved to these, and you can completely see why. Now, I'm going to stop waffling now because I don't think there's much more you need to know about this shoe from me. They feel fantastic on feet. They look good. They're very affordable. I mean, how often can you say that about a pair of shoes? Now, the way most people value a good pair of shoes is in three ways. You have if it's trendy and popular, if it's affordable and accessible, and ultimately if it looks good. Now, we live in a world where those three things don't really happen because obviously a good looking shoe that's comfortable and looks good, the companies are going to charge you a lot of money for it. But these, no. They're still expensive. £100 for a pair of shoes is still a lot of money. But in this current market, it's a very good price. And for what you get, it is phenomenal. Nike, well played. The P-6000s have my heart. Let me know if you're going to buy a pair of P-6000s in the comments, and let me know what shoe you want me to review next. So that's it, people. Please leave a like and subscribe if you enjoyed, and I will see you in the next one, boy.